Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, life is still running past you? Like you are working hard, but nothing really changes? You are not alone, and the good news is you don't have to stay stuck. In the next 30 days, you can rebuild yourself completely, step by step, and start living the life you've always wanted. This is about more than just motivation. It's about taking real action every single day. You'll learn how to clear your mind, face the truths you've been avoiding, build habits that actually help you, and take control of your thoughts so they don't control you. You'll gain confidence by proving to yourself that you can succeed, and you'll track your progress honestly so nothing slows you down. If you follow this guide carefully, in 30 days you will feel stronger, sharper, and more in control than you have in years. This is your chance to stop waiting for life to happen and start making it happen for yourself. Chapter 1. Stop waiting and start fixing your life right now. Stop waiting and start fixing your life right now. Right now is the only moment that truly belongs to you. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, not the plans you keep making for some future version of yourself. Today is where your power lies, and if you keep putting life off, waiting for the perfect conditions, for some magical motivation to strike, the truth is you are losing precious time that will never come back. Life doesn't pause, it doesn't wait, and it certainly doesn't give second chances to those who hesitate. Every single day you wait is a day that could have been spent building the life you want. You can feel it inside. You know the dreams you have, the changes you need, and the actions you keep delaying. There is a quiet voice inside you, the voice of your better self, reminding you that it's time to act. Ignoring it only delays the inevitable and makes the climb steeper later. Fixing your life begins with honesty. It begins with a deep look at where you are today, without excuses or distractions. Where are you right now? What are the parts of your life that you are not proud of? What are the habits, the relationships, the routines that are draining you rather than lifting you? This is not about shame, it's about clarity. It's about understanding the truth and accepting it so you can move forward. If you keep lying to yourself, telling yourself things are okay when they are not, the change will never happen. Every day you ignore the reality of your situation, you delay the life you deserve. Stop lying to yourself and face the facts. It might hurt. You might feel uncomfortable. That's good because discomfort is the first sign of growth. Next, take responsibility. Nothing will change in your life until you take full responsibility for it. This is the turning point. Stop blaming circumstances, stop blaming other people, stop blaming the economy, the weather, or your past. It's all distractions from the one thing you can control, and that is yourself. Your decisions, your actions, your choices, your response to everything that happens. It's not easy to accept responsibility, because it's easier to point fingers, but nothing worthwhile is ever easy. When you accept responsibility, you stop being a victim of life and start being the architect of your future. Every great life starts with one person saying, "I will take control." That person is you. Start with small action. You don't have to change everything at once, but you must start somewhere. Small actions done consistently lead to huge transformations. Make a list of the things in your life that need attention. Your health, your mind, your skills, your habits, your relationship. Pick one small step you can take today in each area. It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be dramatic, but it must be done. When you take action, you ignite momentum. Momentum is the force that carries you forward when motivation fades. One small step today leads to another tomorrow, and before long, you'll see real change. Build structure into your day. Too many people wait for motivation to show up, but motivation is unreliable. Discipline is what produces results. Discipline means creating a routine that supports your growth and sticking to it no matter how you feel. Set aside time each day to work on yourself. Read, write, exercise, plan, reflect. Protect that time as if it were the most valuable thing you own, because it is. Every successful person in the world built their life on daily structure. Structure creates predictability. Predictability creates confidence, and confidence produces action. Pay attention to your environment. The people you spend time with, the content you consume, the places you go, the conversations you engage in, these all shape who you become. If your environment keeps you stuck in old patterns, it will sabotage your efforts. Surround yourself with people who inspire, challenge, and push you to be better. Remove distractions that waste your energy. Fill your mind with ideas that empower and expand your thinking. The external world often reflects the internal world. Change the world around you to support the new version of yourself. Invest in your mind. Your mind is the engine of your life. If it's neglected, your life stalls. Read books, listen to insightful talks, write down your thoughts, practice reflection, and expose yourself to knowledge that broadens your perspective. Knowledge without action is useless, but action without knowledge is blind. Learn new skills, explore new ways of thinking, and sharpen your ability to solve problems. A strong mind allows you to see opportunities that others miss. It gives you the courage to take bold steps. It allows you to respond wisely when life challenges you. Take care of your body. You cannot rebuild yourself if your body is weak, tired, or neglected. Health is the foundation for energy, focus, and resilience. Exercise even when you don't feel like it. Eat foods that nourish and fuel your body. Sleep enough so that your mind and body can recover. Your energy is finite, and how you treat it determines how much life you can create. When you feel strong in your body, confidence grows in your mind. When your body thrives, your spirit thrives too. Face your fears. Fear is the barrier that keeps most people stuck. It whispers lies about what you can or cannot do. It points to failure, rejection, and judgment. But the truth is, fear is a sign that you are on the edge of growth. Every time you face a fear, it loses power over you. Start small if necessary. Speak up when you usually stay quiet. Take the first step toward a goal that scares you. The fear will always be there, but action will make it smaller. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward despite it. Reflect each day. Stop moving blindly through life. Take time every evening to ask yourself what went well, what could have gone better, and what you learned. Reflection is the bridge between experience and improvement. It forces you to pause and assess whether your actions align with the person you want to become. Write it down, think it through, and plan for tomorrow. Without reflection, you repeat mistakes. With reflection, you gain wisdom quickly and make faster progress. Finally, commit to consistency. Transformation does not happen in a day, a week, or even a month. It happens when you show up for yourself every single day. Life is built on repetition. Show up even when you feel tired, discouraged, or doubtful. Show up even when progress seems invisible. Those who commit to their own growth persistently will always surpass those who wait for luck, inspiration, or opportunity. Your 30-day plan is a start, but the mindset you build during these days will carry you for a lifetime. Stop waiting. Stop delaying. Stop hoping that change will happen on its own. Take control of today. Act on the steps you can take right now, and embrace the responsibility that comes with being the only person in charge of your life. You have the ability to rebuild yourself, to redesign your routines, to strengthen your mind, to care for your body, to face fear, to reflect deeply, and to grow consistently. The choice is yours. If you commit to this process, if you follow through with honesty, responsibility, action, structure, environment, learning, health, courage, reflection, and consistency, you will not recognize yourself in 30. You will see a stronger, wiser, more capable version of yourself looking back in the mirror. Life will feel different because you acted differently. Your energy will be higher, your confidence stronger, and your focus sharper. You will have proof that change is possible, that transformation is achievable, and that you are capable of more than you ever believed. Every day matters, every action matters, every choice matters. Stop waiting and start fixing your life right now, because time will not wait for you and the life you want will not create itself. The steps are simple, but following them takes courage and determination. Step forward, take responsibility, act consistently, and watch how your life shifts in ways you cannot yet imagine. This is your moment. This is your time. Rebuild yourself with intention, with effort, and with heart. Commit to the 30 days, not as a test, but as a promise to yourself. Do not cheat yourself. Do not delay. The life you want begins with the decisions you make today. Take action, push past doubt and start fixing your life right now. Chapter 2. Take small daily actions that truly change your future. Take small daily actions that truly change your future. Many people dream of big results, but they fail to understand the power of consistent small steps. Change does not happen in a single dramatic moment. It happens quietly, steadily, and persistently. Each day, the choices you make, even the smallest ones, compound over time into outcomes that feel impossible if you try to rush them. Success is not about giant leaps. It is about the small actions you repeat when no one is watching. It is about the discipline to keep moving forward, even when the results are invisible. Every single step forward is building a foundation for the life you want. The first step is to identify one small action that moves you closer to your goals. This could be a 5-minute task, a single habit, or a brief reflection that clarifies your direction. It might feel insignificant at the moment, but its importance is in repetition. Every day you repeat that action, you are reinforcing a pattern, training your mind and building momentum. Your brain begins to recognize this as normal behavior, and over time it becomes automatic. This is how transformation works. Not overnight, not suddenly, but quietly, steadily, and persistently. Consistency is far more important than intensity. Doing a small thing every day is more valuable than doing a huge thing once. Many people spend energy waiting for motivation, hoping for inspiration, or planning elaborate strategies, but they fail because they neglect the daily simple steps that actually create progress. Focus on what you can do today. Focus on actions you can repeat tomorrow. The accumulation of these actions is what turns dreams into reality. Track your progress. There is immense power in recording what you do. Write down the actions you complete each day, no matter how small. Seeing your consistency visually reinforces the idea that you are building something meaningful. It provides accountability and creates momentum. Without tracking, it's easy to underestimate your progress and feel discouraged. Reflection on even minor victories strengthens confidence and motivates you to continue. Small wins are the building blocks of greater achievements. Break tasks into manageable pieces. Large goals are often overwhelming and paralyzing. When you divide them into small, actionable steps, they become manageable and achievable. This is the psychological principle of gradual achievement. Completing small tasks creates a sense of accomplishment that fuels further action. The feeling of progress is motivating. It builds energy and reinforces your belief in yourself. Start with what you can do today, no matter how tiny it seems. The accumulation of small victories shapes your future in ways you cannot yet imagine. Focus on the process rather than immediate result. Too often, people expect instant transformation and feel disappointment when it doesn't happen. Change requires patience. Your daily actions may not show immediate effects, but the consistency of your effort is reshaping your habits, your thinking, and your life. Focus on the behavior itself, not the outcome. Trust that repetition and persistence will create results. When you pay attention to the process, the results naturally follow. Prioritize actions that align with your values and goals. Not every task is equally important. Identify what truly matters and invest your energy there. Your future is shaped by the choices you make today, so choose wisely. Small actions done consistently in the wrong direction will only reinforce stagnation. Be intentional. Decide what you want and take daily steps that reflect that intention. Focused effort compounds faster than scattered energy. Create triggers and cues for your small actions. Your environment can either support or hinder your effort. Arrange your space and schedule to make positive actions easy and automatic. Remove obstacles that encourage procrastination. A simple change in your environment can increase your consistency dramatically. Place reminders, organize your tasks, and design routines that naturally lead to progress. When your surroundings support your actions, you reduce resistance and increase follow-through. Celebrate progress, no matter how small. Human psychology responds to recognition and reward. When you acknowledge your effort, even for minor accomplishments, it reinforces the behavior and motivates you to continue. Avoid the trap of only focusing on what remains undone. Recognize what you have achieved today, and take pride in it. Gratitude for progress encourages more action and strengthens resolve. Learn to adjust without quitting. Not every action will produce immediate results, and not every strategy will work perfectly. Daily action requires flexibility. Observe outcomes, analyze results, and make small adjustments. The key is to continue moving forward, not to stop when a step doesn't go as planned. Each day provides new data, and adapting intelligently ensures that your small actions remain effective. The act of adjusting keeps you progressing toward the ultimate goal. Build momentum with positive habits. When small actions become habits, they no longer require willpower. Your daily routine becomes a machine that produces results automatically. Focus on one habit at a time. Establish it consistently, and then layer new actions on top. Each habit compounds with the others, creating exponential growth in your skills, energy, and confidence. The future you desire is the sum of these repeated positive actions. Avoid distractions that consume time without result. Modern life is full of interruptions and entertainment that provide temporary relief but no long-term benefit. Small daily actions require focus and attention. Protect your time and energy. Learn to say no to what does not support your growth. Every distraction avoided is time invested in building the life you want. Small, consistent efforts beat sporadic bursts of activity every time. Understand that action creates clarity. Often, we wait to feel ready, but readiness comes from doing. Taking small steps reduces fear, builds understanding, and gives you insight. Action clarifies problems, exposes opportunities, and teaches lessons that waiting never provides. By moving forward daily, even in small ways, you develop the confidence and knowledge to take bigger steps in the future. Connect your actions to a bigger vision. Small steps feel meaningless without a clear purpose. When you know what you are building toward, each action gains weight and direction. Visualize your desired life, your goals, and the impact you want to make. Align every small action with that vision. Purpose fuels consistency, and a sense of direction magnifies the effect of every daily effort. Commit to accountability. Share your intentions with someone you trust or create systems that track your actions. Accountability increases follow-through. Humans respond to expectation. When someone else knows you are taking action, you are more likely to honor your commitment. It also provides encouragement and feedback that improves your strategy. Accountability transforms isolated effort into a network of support that magnifies results. Be patient with yourself. Growth through small actions is a marathon, not a sprint. Your mind and body need time to adjust to new patterns. Avoid harsh self-criticism if progress seems slow. Recognize that transformation is gradual. Celebrate persistence and effort as much as result. Daily actions shape character and capability, which ultimately shape success. The patience you practice now will pay off in a lifetime of achievement. Embrace learning from mistakes. Not every step will be perfect. Some days you will fail, skip actions, or encounter setbacks. This is normal and necessary. Mistakes teach, refine, and strengthen your approach. Analyze them calmly, correct your course, and continue. Each error becomes a lesson. Each recovery builds resilience, and every day adds experience. The path to a better future is paved with repeated attempts and steady action. Take care of your mental and physical energy. Small actions are easier to perform and more consistent when you are energized. Sleep enough, eat well, exercise moderately, and spend time reflecting. Energy fuels action, and action fuels progress. Neglecting energy leads to inconsistency, mistakes, and discouragement. Protect your body and mind to ensure your daily efforts are sustainable. Focus on mastery, not perfection. The goal of daily action is improvement, not flawless performance. Trying to be perfect delays action, while imperfect steps build momentum. Each repetition strengthens skills, habits, and confidence. Over time, small imperfect actions produce expertise, results, and self-assurance that perfectionism could never achieve. Trust the process. Change may feel invisible day by day, but the unseen work compounds. Your effort is not wasted. Just as water slowly carves stone, daily consistent actions shape your future in ways that become undeniable over time. Trust that persistence produces results, even when progress seems invisible. Reinforce positive identity. Each small action signals to your mind who you are becoming. When you consistently follow through, your sense of self shifts. You begin to see yourself as capable, disciplined, and reliable. Identity change reinforces behavior, which reinforces identity in a powerful loop. Each day you act consistently, you reinforce the person you aspire to be. Recognize that future success is a product of today's actions. The person you want to become will not appear magically. You create that person one step at a time, every day, with deliberate repeated action. Your future self depends entirely on what you do now. Each small choice, each simple action, is a brick in the foundation of your life. Every day matters. Every small action counts. The future you desire is built in the present, one deliberate step at a time. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect motivation. Start now, act consistently, and trust the power of small actions, repeated daily. Over time, you will look back and realize that the life you dreamed of was created quietly by your persistent effort, by the choices you made, and by the small steps you refused to neglect. Chapter 3. Remove mental clutter and focus only on what matters. Remove mental clutter and focus only on what matters. The human mind is capable of incredible clarity and creativity, but only when it is not weighed down by unnecessary noise. Most people carry thoughts, worries, doubts, and distractions that serve no purpose but to drain their energy. Every minute spent on irrelevant concerns is a minute lost from meaningful action. Your mind is a tool, a powerful instrument, and it deserves attention and care. When clutter fills your head, your focus weakens, your energy dissipates, and your life drifts. The first step in reclaiming your life is deciding what truly matters and committing to clear everything else out. Mental clutter is not always obvious. It hides in unfinished tasks, unresolved conversations, old grudges, unnecessary obligations, and even random thoughts that wander without reason. It sneaks into your attention and fragments your focus. Each day you carry these distractions, they compound, making decisions harder, creativity slower, and energy weaker. Recognizing the clutter is the first victory. Take an honest inventory of your thoughts, habits, and responsibilities. Ask yourself which of them genuinely contribute to your goals, growth, or happiness. Anything that does not serve those purposes is weighing you down. Start by organizing your priorities. Identify the top 3 to 5 things in your life that have the highest value to you. These are the pillars upon which you want to build your day, your career, your relationships, and your personal growth. Everything else is secondary. When your priorities are clear, your mind naturally begins to filter out distraction. You no longer feel torn between competing demands because your focus aligns with what matters most. Simplicity in thought creates clarity in action. Set boundaries with your time and attention. Mental clutter often comes from trying to be everywhere and do everything. Saying yes to everything splits your energy and attention. Learn to say no to tasks, requests, or commitments that do not align with your highest priorities. Protecting your focus is not selfish, it is necessary. Your best work, your deepest relationships, and your personal growth depend on the energy you dedicate to what matters most. Every no strengthens your yes to the important aspects of life. Declutter your physical environment to free your mind. A messy space often reflects a messy mind. When your surroundings are chaotic, your thoughts become chaotic as well. Take time to organize your workspace, your home, and the areas you spend most of your time. Clear surfaces, organize tools, and remove items that serve no purpose. A clean, orderly environment signals to your brain that it can focus, think clearly, and act decisively. Mental clarity often begins with physical clarity. Practice single tasking instead of multitasking. The brain was not designed to handle multiple complex tasks simultaneously. Switching constantly between tasks reduces efficiency and increases stress. Focus on one task at a time, give it your full attention, and complete it before moving on. This practice trains your mind to concentrate deeply and produce better results. Each completed task builds momentum and reduces the mental noise that comes from unfinished work lingering in your thoughts. Limit digital distractions. Notifications, social media, and constant information bombardment fragment attention and create unnecessary stress. Set specific times to check messages or social platforms and otherwise disconnect. Silence alerts that do not serve your goals. Protecting your attention from these interruptions gives your mind the space it needs to focus on meaningful action. Digital discipline allows you to think, plan, and act with clarity rather than react to endless external demands. Write down your thoughts. Journaling is a powerful way to remove clutter from your mind. When you put ideas, worries, or plans on paper, they leave mental space for deeper thinking. This also allows you to prioritize, reflect, and organize your thoughts more effectively. Emptying your mind onto a page creates a sense of calm, control, and direction. Each day, take a few minutes to capture what's in your head and review it for relevance. Discard what is unnecessary and highlight what is essential. Create mental routines to focus your mind. Begin each day with clarity by setting intentions for what you will accomplish and why it matters. Visualize your priorities and commit to taking action that aligns with them. This practice signals to your brain what deserves attention and what can be ignored. Ending the day with reflection helps reinforce learning and release unnecessary thoughts. These routines anchor your mind, reduce mental chaos, and sharpen focus. Let go of past regrets and anxieties about the future. Mental clutter often comes from dwelling on what cannot be changed or worrying about what has not yet happened. These thoughts consume energy and obscure the present moment. Your focus belongs in the now, where your actions can create real results. Accept the past as it is, and prepare for the future with plans, not obsessive worry. Every moment spent ruminating is a moment you are not building the life you want. Simplify decisions to reduce mental strain. Every choice you make requires energy, and when you are surrounded by trivial decisions, your mind tires quickly. Reduce clutter by establishing routines, making standard choices in advance, and limiting options in areas that do not require creativity. For example, plan meals, set wardrobe routines, and create morning rituals. This preserves mental energy for decisions that truly impact your goals, growth, and well-being. Practice mindfulness to enhance focus. Being aware of the present moment reduces mental chatter and strengthens attention. Notice when your thoughts drift into irrelevant concerns, and gently bring your focus back to the task or purpose at hand. Mindfulness trains the brain to maintain clarity and reduces stress caused by scattered thinking. Each moment spent fully present contributes to sharper thinking, better decisions, and a calmer mind. Engage in mental exercises that strengthen clarity. Activities like reading with attention, solving problems deliberately, practicing memory techniques, and reflecting on outcomes sharpen cognitive abilities. Mental clutter often fills space with idle thoughts. Deliberate exercises replace noise with strength and clarity. Challenge your mind daily to process information actively, rather than passively absorbing distractions. Stronger cognitive habits create a natural resistance to mental chaos. Surround yourself with clarity-inspiring influence. The people you spend time with, the content you consume, and the conversations you have all shape your mental landscape. Engage with individuals who are focused, disciplined, and positive. Limit exposure to gossip, negativity, and constant complaint. Choose reading, listening, and watching material that enriches your mind and aligns with your values. Your environment shapes your mental state, so surround yourself with clarity and purpose. Identify triggers that create unnecessary mental clutter. Certain environments, people, or habits may repeatedly bring irrelevant stress or distractions. Recognize these triggers and minimize exposure. Replace habits that scatter attention with ones that support focus. Mental hygiene is as important as physical hygiene. Removing these triggers strengthens your ability to concentrate on what matters and prevents energy from being wasted on trivialities. Practice gratitude to reduce mental noise. Focusing on appreciation for what you have and the progress you are making reduces unnecessary worry and obsessive thinking. Gratitude shifts attention from scarcity to abundance, from what's missing to what is present. This perspective allows the mind to function clearly and prioritize actions effectively. Each day, acknowledge 3 things that are valuable and positive in your life. This simple practice quiets the mind and increases clarity. Visualize outcomes to sharpen focus. When your mind clearly sees the goal, irrelevant distractions lose their grip. Picture the result you desire in vivid detail, and let that image guide your actions. Mental clutter loses significance when a clear objective dominates your attention. Use this visualization to prioritize tasks, make decisions, and maintain direction in the face of competing demands. Clarity in thought drives clarity in action. Regularly review commitments and responsibility. Many mental distractions come from taking on too much or holding on to obligations that no longer serve your goals. Assess weekly which commitments are necessary and which can be released. By eliminating unnecessary obligations, you free your mind to dedicate energy to meaningful pursuit. Focused attention creates effectiveness, satisfaction, and forward momentum. Take breaks to restore mental energy. Continuous effort without rest leads to fatigue, reducing the ability to filter clutter and maintain focus. Step away when needed. Allow your mind to recharge and return to tasks with renewed energy. Rest is not wasted time. It is essential preparation for high-quality thinking and action. A clear mind performs far better than a tired one. Commit to clarity as a habit. Maintaining a focused, uncluttered mind is not a one-time effort. It is a daily practice. Each decision to prioritize, simplify, reflect, and remove distractions reinforces the habit of clarity. Over time, this creates mental resilience, stronger decision-making, and a deeper ability to concentrate on what truly matters. Clarity becomes your default state, not a temporary effort. Understand the compounding effect of focus. Mental clarity does not just make you more productive, it shapes the quality of your life. Each day you focus on meaningful actions, your skills, relationships, and achievements grow exponentially. Each distraction avoided preserves energy for growth, learning, and achievement. The small effort of focusing consistently has massive long-term consequences. Let go of perfectionism. Mental clutter often stems from trying to control everything or overanalyzing decisions. Accept that not every thought must be complete or every plan flawless. Action guided by clarity is more powerful than delayed perfection. Freeing yourself from unnecessary mental rigidity allows creativity, efficiency, and momentum to flourish. Remember, your mind is the driver of your life. A cluttered mind produces scattered actions, poor decisions, and stress. A focused mind produces deliberate choices, meaningful results, and calm confidence. The decision to remove mental clutter and focus on what matters is not a one-time act, but a daily commitment. Each day, choose clarity, prioritize action, and eliminate distractions that drain your energy and attention. Your future depends on the clarity you cultivate today. The people you become, the results you achieve, and the satisfaction you feel in life are all shaped by the focus you maintain in the present. Mental clutter is optional. Attention, energy, and focus are within your control. By dedicating yourself to removing distractions, simplifying choices, and focusing on what truly matters, you create a foundation for a life of purpose, achievement, and peace. Each small decision to focus rather than scatter, to prioritize rather than react, to simplify rather than complicate, builds the person you will become. Over time, the effects are undeniable. Mental clarity creates confidence, creativity, and the ability to act decisively. It allows you to navigate life with intention, not chaos. The clarity you develop today becomes the results you experience tomorrow. Every day matters. Every choice matters. Your mind is the tool. Your life is the canvas. Remove the clutter. Focus on what matters. Build the habits, routines, and environment that reinforce clarity. Protect your attention, eliminate distractions, and dedicate yourself to the actions that align with your highest goals. The life you want begins with the thoughts you allow, the priorities you choose, and the focus you maintain. Chapter 4. Challenge yourself each day to grow stronger and braver. Challenge yourself each day to grow stronger and braver. Life does not hand out growth on a silver platter. Comfort zones are comfortable because they require nothing from you, but staying comfortable will never bring the progress, the confidence, or the fulfillment you desire. Growth requires effort, risk, and a willingness to face discomfort head-on. Every challenge you embrace builds strength. Every moment you push beyond what feels safe expands your capacity to handle more in life. Courage is not born in ease. It is forged in action, in facing uncertainty, and in taking steps when fear is present. Start by identifying one area where you feel safe but stagnant. This could be a habit, a skill, a relationship, or even a way of thinking that no longer serves you. Growth begins when you look honestly at where you are comfortable and ask yourself if that comfort is costing you progress. The awareness that you are holding back is the first spark of courage. Recognize that the path to improvement will be uncomfortable and accept that discomfort is a sign you are moving in the right direction. Small challenges daily accumulate into major transformation over time. Each day, take one action that slightly stretches your abilities. Speak up in situations where you usually remain silent. Take responsibility for something you normally avoid. Try a new skill or push yourself physically beyond what you think you can handle. These incremental acts of courage build confidence gradually. Over time, what once felt impossible becomes manageable. Small, consistent challenges are more effective than sporadic bursts of boldness because they build habits and resilience. Strength comes from persistence. Facing challenges is not a one-time event. True strength is developed by consistently choosing action over avoidance. Each time you confront a difficulty, your mind, body, and spirit adapt. You discover that you are capable of more than you imagine. Strength is not measured by the absence of struggle, but by your willingness to keep moving forward despite struggle. Your capacity grows with each decision to act courageously. Bravery is cultivated by repetition. Fear diminishes when you repeatedly expose yourself to it. Start with manageable challenges and gradually increase difficulty. This is how confidence develops. Each successful attempt strengthens your belief in yourself. Each failure provides lessons and insight. Bravery is not reckless, it is deliberate, focused action in the face of fear. By challenging yourself daily, you train your mind to respond with courage instead of retreat. Understand that discomfort is temporary but regret lasts. Avoiding challenges might feel easier today, but in the long term, it creates a life of limitation and frustration. Every time you avoid growth, you reinforce doubt and fear. Every time you act, even imperfectly, you reinforce courage and ability. The memory of missed opportunities and avoided challenges is heavier than the temporary struggle of effort. Embrace the discomfort as an investment in your future self. Break tasks into bite-sized challenges. Large challenges can feel overwhelming, causing hesitation. Instead, divide them into smaller, achievable steps. Each step accomplished strengthens your confidence and builds momentum. Completing small challenges makes larger goals less intimidating. Incremental growth ensures progress is sustainable and prevents discouragement. The mind perceives small achievements as wins, motivating continued effort. Each small victory compounds into greater courage and ability. Visualize yourself handling challenges successfully. Mental rehearsal prepares your mind and reduces fear. Picture yourself navigating difficult conversations, completing demanding tasks, or taking steps you normally avoid. Visualization is not wishful thinking, it is training for the real moment. Your mind becomes familiar with success, making actual action feel less intimidating. Seeing yourself act courageously in advance primes your mind to follow through when it counts. Take calculated risks. Growth rarely occurs in areas of safety. Assess the potential impact of your actions, plan carefully, and then act. Avoid reckless behavior, but do not allow over-analysis to prevent progress. Taking informed risks stretches your skills and exposes you to experiences that develop resilience, resourcefulness, and confidence. Risk is not a threat when approached deliberately. It is a teacher, shaping your abilities and expanding your perspective. Learn from discomfort. Each challenge brings lessons about your limits, assumptions, and capabilities. Discomfort reveals areas that require attention. Instead of avoiding it, analyze what the experience teaches you. Adjust your approach and apply the insights in the future. This mindset transforms difficulties into tools for growth. The stronger you become at interpreting and learning from uncomfortable moments, the faster you evolve into a more capable and courageous person. Celebrate your efforts, not just outcomes. Many people tie bravery and strength to success, but true growth lies in the attempt. Each day you choose to challenge yourself, you reinforce resilience, discipline, and courage. Acknowledge the effort you put in regardless of results. This mindset strengthens motivation, reduces fear of failure, and encourages consistent action. Effort compounds over time, producing results that are often unexpected but inevitable. Avoid comparison with others. Courage and strength are personal journeys. Comparing your growth to someone else's progress diminishes your confidence and creates unnecessary pressure. Focus on your own path and the daily actions you are taking to stretch yourself. Each step forward, no matter how small, contributes to your development. Personal growth cannot be measured externally. It is defined by your willingness to act in alignment with your own potential. Create accountability systems. Share your goals and challenges with someone you trust. Accountability encourages follow-through and provides encouragement when fear or doubt arises. Knowing that someone else recognizes your commitment adds weight to your action. Accountability is a tool for consistency and reinforcement, ensuring that you confront challenges instead of avoiding them. It also allows feedback, which can accelerate your growth and help refine your approach. Strengthen your body to support mental courage. Physical resilience supports emotional and mental strength. Exercise, proper nutrition, and rest all contribute to your capacity to face challenges. A strong body enables a confident mind, and confidence reinforces brave action. Daily physical effort, even small, creates a foundation that supports bigger, more demanding challenges in all areas of life. Develop emotional resilience. Challenges often trigger discomfort, fear, frustration, or self-doubt. Strength and bravery are not absence of these emotions, they are mastery over them. Learn to observe feelings without being controlled by them. Respond rather than react. Emotional control allows you to face challenges with clarity, poise, and focus. Each day you practice regulating emotions during difficulty, your resilience grows, preparing you for even greater tests. Adopt a growth mindset. Believe that your abilities, skills, and courage can be developed through effort. Avoid limiting beliefs that suggest you are fixed or incapable. Challenges are opportunities to expand your capacity, not indicators of failure. Viewing obstacles as learning experiences changes your relationship with difficulty. The more you embrace growth, the more naturally you challenge yourself. Bravery becomes a habit when your mind expects learning from every effort. Plan challenges intentionally. Set aside daily or weekly activities that push your limits. Approach tasks that are uncomfortable but manageable. Deliberate challenge creates structured opportunities for growth. Avoid waiting for random circumstances to force action. Create them purposefully. Planned challenges build confidence because you are prepared to handle discomfort and see it as a tool rather than a threat. Reflect on every challenge. After taking action, review the experience. What went well? What could have been improved? What did you learn about yourself? Reflection consolidates lessons and reinforces mental models that support bravery. It also reduces the likelihood of repeating mistakes. Without reflection, effort loses its potential to transform into wisdom and strength. Consistent reflection accelerates growth. Shift perspective on failure. Fear often prevents action, but failure is not final. Each failure teaches insight, builds resilience, and strengthens resolve. Those who avoid challenges avoid learning. Reframe failures as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. Every attempt, even unsuccessful, increases competence, courage, and understanding. Bravery is measured by the willingness to continue despite setbacks, not by a record of perfect outcomes. Cultivate self-trust. Courage arises from trusting your judgment, decisions, and instincts. Each challenge successfully faced reinforces trust in yourself. Self-trust reduces hesitation, strengthens initiative, and encourages consistent effort. Without self-trust, fear dominates. With it, action flows naturally. Daily challenges reinforce belief in your own ability to navigate uncertainty. Embrace discomfort as a growth signal. Your mind and body will naturally resist unfamiliar situations. But this resistance indicates that you are stretching limits. Avoidance leads to stagnation. By leaning into discomfort, you rewire your capacity to tolerate uncertainty, pressure, and difficulty. Each step into discomfort enlarges your confidence and strengthens your resolve for future challenges. Prioritize challenges that align with values. Not all risks are equal. Focus on growth in areas that truly matter to you: health, relationships, skills, character. This ensures your courage builds meaningful strength rather than wasted energy. Alignment between challenges and purpose enhances motivation and satisfaction, making brave actions more sustainable and impactful. Track progress to reinforce confidence. Keep a record of challenges attempted, lessons learned, and victories achieved. Observing consistent action and growth builds momentum and self-assurance. Progress, even incremental, reminds you of your capacity and encourages continued effort. Each documented step forward reduces fear of future challenges. Recognize the ripple effect of bravery. Every time you challenge yourself, your actions inspire others. Courage is contagious. Demonstrating strength encourages peers, friends, and family to pursue their own growth. Your commitment to daily challenges does not only shape your life, but contributes to an environment of growth and resilience around you. Commit to lifelong practice. Strength and bravery are not temporary states, but habits cultivated over a lifetime. Each day offers opportunities to stretch, face fear, and grow. The accumulation of these choices defines the quality of your character and the trajectory of your life. Daily courage compounds into a lifetime of capability, confidence, and freedom. Every day matters. Each decision to act despite fear shapes the person you become. Daily challenges strengthen character, sharpen resilience, and expand potential. Avoidance erodes possibility. Commitment to growth through challenge builds unstoppable momentum. Courage is not found in waiting. It is earned through deliberate, consistent action. The life you desire is created one courageous choice at a time. Chapter 5. Rebuild confidence by proving to yourself you can succeed. Rebuild confidence by proving to yourself you can succeed. Confidence is not something that comes from others. It is not borrowed from compliments, recognition, or validation. Real confidence is earned. It grows from action, from achieving what you once thought impossible, and from the persistent belief that effort produces results. Many people struggle with self-doubt because they never take the steps that demonstrate their own ability. They wait for proof from outside instead of creating proof within. To rebuild confidence, you must start with yourself. You must take action, meet challenges, and see results firsthand. The first step is to identify areas where self-doubt is strongest. Be honest about what you hesitate to do, what you avoid, or where fear has a hold. Pinpoint these areas without judgment. This clarity allows you to focus your efforts on building competence where it is most needed. Confidence grows from evidence, and evidence comes from action. Every task you complete that once intimidated you becomes a building block of self-assurance. Set realistic, achievable goals. Confidence grows gradually. It is the result of repeated wins, not occasional bursts of success. Break larger goals into smaller milestones that are within reach. Each milestone you achieve becomes proof that you can succeed. These successes may seem small at first, but collectively they create undeniable evidence of capability. Tracking and celebrating these milestones reinforces belief in your capacity to perform and accomplish. Take immediate action on goals. Waiting for the perfect moment, the right plan, or ideal circumstances diminishes momentum. Confidence is built when you act despite uncertainty. Even imperfect action produces results, and each step forward, regardless of size, proves to yourself that you are capable. Avoid procrastination. Momentum is a critical factor in developing self-assurance. Moving forward consistently shows your mind that you can handle challenges and adapt to obstacles. Build competence through deliberate practice. Confidence comes from knowing you are capable, and capability is developed through skill. Identify areas where improvement is needed and focus on deliberate effort to enhance proficiency. Practice regularly, seek feedback, and refine your approach. Mastery of tasks creates a sense of control and strengthens belief in your abilities. The more competent you become, the easier it is to trust yourself, take risks, and act decisively. Face tasks that intimidate you. Avoidance erodes confidence because it reinforces the idea that you cannot succeed. Each time you confront a difficult task and complete it, you prove to yourself that fear does not control you. Start with manageable challenges and gradually progress to more demanding ones. Courage and competence reinforce confidence simultaneously. The act of facing difficulty teaches resilience, problem solving, and self-reliance, all of which feed self-assurance. Take time to recall moments when you overcame obstacles, achieved goals, or acted effectively under pressure. Internalize these experiences as evidence of capability. Many people forget their past achievements, focusing only on failures or setbacks. Recognizing and remembering your successes strengthens your self-belief. Reflection anchors confidence in reality rather than hope or wishful thinking. Your history of achievement is a roadmap that shows you are capable of more than you realize. Eliminate self-critical thought. Confidence cannot grow in an environment of constant self-doubt. Notice when your mind doubts your abilities, questions your decisions, or magnifies mistakes. Replace these thoughts with factual evidence of what you have accomplished. Self-talk shapes perceptions to yourself as you would to someone you respect, acknowledging effort, progress, and capability. Positive reinforcement strengthens internal belief systems and nurtures confidence naturally. Take responsibility for your result. Confidence is reinforced when you own outcomes, whether success or failure. Avoid blaming circumstances, other people, or luck. Accept that your actions produce results, and learn from mistakes to improve future performance. Taking responsibility demonstrates control over your life and builds self-reliance. Each successful action under your control is a proof point of your ability to succeed. Accountability amplifies confidence because it removes the illusion that external factors determine your worth. Visualize successful outcomes. Seeing yourself achieving a goal or handling a situation effectively prepares your mind for actual success. Visualization builds familiarity and reduces fear, making action feel attainable. It also strengthens focus and provides clarity on the steps required to succeed. Confidence grows when the mind has rehearsed victory, creating mental pathways that support effective behavior when it matters. Each visualization session reinforces the belief that success is possible and achievable. Celebrate incremental wins. Confidence develops over time through consistent achievement. Even minor victories, when acknowledged, signal progress and competence. Celebrating these wins creates motivation, reinforces effort, and strengthens belief in your ability to achieve more. Avoid waiting for major accomplishments to feel worthy. Every step forward is evidence that you can succeed. Recognition of progress is a psychological reinforcement that builds momentum and resilience. Surround yourself with supportive influences. Confidence thrives in environments that reinforce belief in capability. Seek mentors, friends, and colleagues who encourage effort, provide constructive feedback, and model success. Avoid people who constantly criticize, doubt, or undermine your effort. The energy and attitudes of those around you affect your self-perception. Positive influences amplify proof of your competence, making it easier to trust your abilities. Practice self-discipline consistently. Confidence grows when you act in alignment with goals and values. Daily discipline demonstrates reliability and control, reinforcing self-trust. Completing tasks on time, meeting commitments, and following through strengthens belief in your capability to produce results. Small acts of discipline multiply over time, creating a strong foundation for sustained self-assurance. Each disciplined choice proves to yourself that you can handle responsibility and deliver on promises. Learn to handle setbacks effectively. Confidence is tested during difficulty, and true belief in your ability grows when you recover from challenges. Analyze failures objectively, extract lessons, and apply improvements. Resilience in the face of obstacles strengthens self-trust. Every recovery reinforces the idea that you are capable, adaptable, and resourceful. Confidence is not a product of never failing. It is the result of handling failure constructively and using it to prove capability. Engage in tasks outside your comfort zone. Growth and confidence are inseparable. When you attempt something unfamiliar, you expand your skills, knowledge, and mental resilience. Each successful attempt demonstrates capability and increases belief in future success. Avoiding challenges maintains stagnation. By regularly stepping into the unknown, you reinforce the proof that you can handle new situations, learn quickly, and succeed despite uncertainty. Maintain a record of accomplishments. Documenting achievements provides tangible evidence of ability. When doubt arises, review your record to remind yourself of your successes and progress. Written evidence reinforces belief more strongly than memory alone. This practice strengthens confidence, reduces anxiety about future challenges, and provides a foundation to tackle increasingly demanding goals. Trust your judgment. Confidence grows when you act decisively, based on informed decision. Each choice made, each action taken, provides feedback and learning. Trust develops through experience. The more you act and see positive outcomes, the more you internalize the belief that your decisions are valid. Trusting yourself reduces hesitation, encourages initiative, and strengthens resilience when outcomes are uncertain. Engage in deliberate skill building. Confidence is tied to competence. Identify areas where expertise will reinforce self-assurance and dedicate time to improving them. Mastery of skills, whether personal, professional, or physical, demonstrates capability. Progress in skill development provides repeated proof of ability. Each session of focused learning or practice reinforces your belief that you can succeed in similar or related challenges. Develop a proactive mindset. Confidence grows when you anticipate challenges and take initiative. Waiting for circumstances to dictate action undermines self-trust. Plan, prepare, and act intentionally. Proactive behavior demonstrates control over outcomes and reinforces evidence of your ability to influence results. Each proactive step is a tangible proof that you can succeed without relying on luck or external factors. Use affirmations rooted in action. Positive statements become powerful when paired with evidence. Remind yourself of completed tasks, challenges overcome, and lessons learned. Affirmations that highlight real accomplishments reinforce belief and encourage further action. Avoid hollow phrases. Base affirmations on tangible evidence of ability. Repetition strengthens mental pathways that support confidence and self-efficacy. Challenge limiting beliefs. Doubt often stems from assumptions about what you cannot do. Test these beliefs by taking action and seeking evidence to the contrary. Each success, no matter how small, weakens the grip of doubt and strengthens conviction. Repeatedly confronting limiting thoughts with evidence of achievement transforms mindset and reinforces self-trust. Confidence grows when you consistently prove to yourself that past assumptions are incorrect. Recognize your incremental progress. Confidence does not appear suddenly. It is the accumulation of daily effort, learning, and successful action. Track improvements, reflect on growth, and appreciate the journey.
Observing tangible progress reinforces belief in ability and sustains motivation. Incremental evidence consistently proves your capability and strengthens confidence over time. Commit to consistency. The most confident individuals are not those who succeed once, but those who show up repeatedly, take action, and produce results over time. Each day of effort compounds. Each challenge met, each skill improved, and each goal accomplished strengthens the internal proof of competence. Consistent action creates an unshakable foundation for confidence that no external circumstance can undermine. Confidence is an inside job. It cannot be handed to you by someone else. It is earned, maintained, and strengthened through deliberate action, reflection, and learning. By proving to yourself that you can succeed, you create a self-reinforcing cycle of belief, effort, and achievement. Your future successes depend entirely on the choices and actions you take today. By consistently demonstrating your ability to achieve, you rebuild not only confidence, but also resilience, courage, and self-trust. Every decision, every effort, every success matters. Confidence is the sum of these moments. By proving to yourself that you can succeed, you lay the foundation for a life of greater accomplishment, self-assurance, and freedom. Take action daily, measure results, learn, adapt, and celebrate achievement. The proof is in the doing, and the doing transforms doubt into certainty, fear into courage, and potential into reality.
Chapter 6. Control your thoughts instead of letting them control you. Control your thoughts instead of letting them control you. Your mind is a powerful tool, capable of shaping your reality, guiding your decisions, and influencing your success. Yet, many people live in a state of unconscious reaction, allowing thoughts to arise and dictate feelings, behaviors, and outcomes. Negative or unhelpful thoughts take root, creating fear, doubt, and hesitation. Over time, uncontrolled thinking produces patterns that limit potential and sabotage progress. To live intentionally, you must take charge of your mental landscape. Thought control is not suppression. It is the conscious practice of guiding your mind toward clarity, focus, and constructive action. Begin by observing your thoughts without judgment. Notice what runs through your mind during the day. Identify patterns that are unproductive, fear-driven, or self-critical. Awareness is the foundation of control. You cannot manage what you do not recognize. Journaling or mental reflection can reveal recurring themes that pull your energy downward. This honest observation allows you to separate yourself from automatic thinking and create space to redirect your mental energy. Challenge negative or limiting thoughts. Each time you notice a thought that discourages action or diminishes confidence, question its validity. Ask yourself if it is based on fact or assumption. Does it serve your goals or limit them? Reframing thoughts is essential. For example, replacing "I can't handle this" with "I will take the steps necessary to manage this" shifts mental energy from resistance to empowerment. Consistent practice strengthens the habit of constructive thinking. Replace passive thinking with deliberate focus. Your attention is your most valuable mental resource. Thoughts you entertain repeatedly shape your beliefs, emotions, and behaviors. Choose to focus on solutions, actions, and opportunities rather than problems, doubts, and fear. Directing your mental energy toward productive outcomes strengthens resilience, motivation, and effectiveness. Repetition of positive, goal-oriented thoughts rewires your brain to respond proactively rather than reactively. Use affirmation as a tool to guide thought. Positive statements, grounded in reality, reinforce desired beliefs and behaviors. Instead of generic phrases, focus on affirmations that reflect evidence of ability and intentional action. For example, "I take deliberate steps every day toward my goals," strengthens self-trust and reduces mental wandering. Repeat these affirmations during moments of doubt or distraction. Over time, this reinforces a mental environment conducive to clarity and achievement. Create mental routines to anchor focus. Start the day with a deliberate practice of reflection, goal setting, or visualization. Ending the day with review and gratitude strengthens mental control by reinforcing what matters and releasing unhelpful thoughts. Regular routines train the mind to maintain attention and reduce susceptibility to distraction. Structured mental habits reduce chaos, increase clarity, and empower decision-making. Each day you practice this, control over thought becomes increasingly natural. Filter external input carefully. Your thoughts are heavily influenced by the information, conversations, and media you consume. Protect your mind by being selective about what you allow in. Engage with ideas that educate, inspire, and support your goals. Limit exposure to negativity, gossip, or unproductive comparison. The clearer the environment you create for your mind, the easier it becomes to guide thoughts intentionally rather than being driven by external noise. Break down problems rationally rather than reacting emotionally. When faced with challenges, the mind tends to spiral into fear or panic. Step back and analyze the situation objectively. Identify the facts, separate assumptions, and map out actionable steps. Rational thinking converts mental energy from chaos into constructive action. Each time you respond rather than react, you reinforce the principle that you control your mind and it does not control you. Practice mindfulness to reduce mental hijacking. Being present allows you to observe thoughts without being overwhelmed by them. Notice when your mind drifts into worry, regret, or distraction, and gently bring attention back to the current task or goal. Mindfulness strengthens mental flexibility, reduces impulsivity, and increases the capacity for focus. A mind trained in awareness responds instead of reacts, creating mental calm and strategic clarity. Identify triggers that disrupt mental control. Certain people, environments, or habits may provoke reactive thinking. Recognize these triggers and implement strategies to manage them. This might include limiting exposure, preparing mentally in advance, or consciously reframing reactions. Anticipating and managing triggers preserves focus, energy, and intentional thought, reducing the likelihood of being swept into unproductive mental patterns. Use structured thinking methods. Break complex problems into smaller components. Prioritize and address them step by step. Organized thinking prevents overwhelm and reduces mental chaos. When thoughts are structured, decisions become clear, confidence increases, and mental energy is conserved. Discipline in thought mirrors discipline in action. A clear thought process generates more effective solutions and prevents unhelpful wandering or distraction. Develop self-awareness of emotional influence. Emotions strongly shape thought patterns. Anxiety, frustration, and fear often generate destructive thinking. Observe emotions without judgment and recognize how they influence ideas and beliefs. Respond with clarity, reflection, and logic rather than instinctive reaction. This awareness strengthens the link between conscious choice and thought control, enabling deliberate responses rather than automatic reactions. Create mental checkpoints throughout the day. Pause periodically to assess what you are thinking, how it affects your emotions, and whether it aligns with your goals. Interrupt negative loops, redirect energy toward productive focus, and reinforce constructive patterns. These brief interventions prevent thought drift from escalating into habitual self-sabotage. Over time, regular mental checkpoints cultivate an automatic habit of intentional thinking. Practice gratitude to shift thought patterns. Gratitude redirects focus from scarcity, fear, or worry toward abundance, progress, and opportunity.
Regular reflection on what you value and appreciate strengthens constructive mental habits. This simple daily practice reinforces the idea that your thoughts are under your control and directs energy toward growth and satisfaction. Gratitude provides clarity, perspective, and emotional stability that enhances thought management. Challenge assumptions regularly. Thoughts often repeat outdated beliefs or unexamined ideas. Question why you think what you think and whether it serves your purpose. Replace limiting assumptions with evidence-based perspectives. Critical self-reflection empowers mental choice and prevents old patterns from dictating action. A mind that questions itself strengthens independence and intentionality in thought. Use visualization strategically. Imagine yourself thinking clearly, making decisions calmly, and acting effective. Mental rehearsal trains your mind to navigate real-world challenges without panic or distraction. Visualization strengthens focus and reinforces belief in your capacity to direct thought, handle challenges, and achieve desired outcomes. Each mental rehearsal strengthens neural pathways that support controlled and constructive thinking. Focus on action-oriented thoughts. Thoughts that remain abstract without actionable steps contribute little. Transform ideas into tangible steps. Every thought that leads to purposeful action builds confidence and proves to the mind that it is a tool, not a source of limitation. Constructive thinking creates a positive feedback loop where clarity leads to results, results reinforce focus, and focus strengthens clarity. Monitor self-talk constantly. Inner dialogue shapes perception, emotions, and behavior. Replace critical, fear-driven, or passive self-talk with language that empowers action, reinforces competence, and encourages persistence. The words you speak internally have measurable effects on decision-making, resilience, and achievement. Controlled and intentional self-talk becomes a foundation for mental mastery. Develop patience in thought. The mind often seeks quick solutions, but impulsive thinking leads to errors, regret, and wasted energy. Pause before responding, assess alternatives, and consider consequences. Patience allows for deliberate, effective mental process. Each instance of restraint strengthens your ability to control thought and reduces susceptibility to emotional hijacking. Strengthen focus through single tasking. The modern mind is frequently distracted by multiple simultaneous demands. Multitasking fractures attention and allows thoughts to wander. Focus on one task, idea, or goal at a time. This trains your brain to prioritize, process deeply, and maintain clarity. Focused thinking produces results that reinforce belief in your mental control. Build resilience to mental setbacks. Thoughts will occasionally slip into doubt, negativity, or distraction. Do not interpret this as failure. Recognize that mental control is a skill built over time. Reset, redirect, and continue. Each recovery from wandering thought reinforces self-mastery and strengthens confidence in the ability to guide the mind. Anchor thoughts to purpose. Align thinking with long-term goals, values, and priorities. When your thoughts have direction, they are less likely to drift into fear, doubt, or trivial concerns. Purpose-driven thinking reduces mental chaos, increases productivity, and strengthens the ability to act decisively. Each day spent aligning thought with purpose strengthens the mind's clarity and control. Document achievements and insights. Reflection on completed actions and lessons learned reinforces the effectiveness of intentional thought. Recording accomplishments and mental strategies strengthens belief in the mind's capability to produce results. Each review consolidates learning, reinforces constructive thinking, and supports growth in mental mastery. Engage in regular learning to guide thought. Knowledge structures and informs thinking. Expanding understanding in areas relevant to your goals equips your mind with tools to process information accurately and make effective decisions. Continuous learning reinforces confidence in your mental decisions, and reduces susceptibility to doubt or distraction. A mind actively seeking growth is easier to control intentionally. Commit to daily mental training. Thought control is a skill, not a gift. Each day, practice observation, reflection, prioritization, and redirection. The cumulative effect of repeated mental discipline creates automatic focus, resilience, and clarity. Daily training prevents regression and ensures ongoing mastery over thought pattern. Recognize the compounding effect of mental control. Small decisions about what to think, focus on, and act upon accumulate into long-term success, clarity, and self-confidence. Each moment of conscious thought reinforces neural pathways that support intentional living. The habit of guiding thought transforms potential into results, uncertainty into confidence, and confusion into clarity. Your mind is your most powerful asset. Allowing thoughts to control you leads to distraction, stress, and stagnation. By actively guiding thinking, questioning assumptions, focusing on priorities, and redirecting unhelpful patterns, you gain freedom, effectiveness, and results. Mental control is the foundation for personal growth, resilience, and achievement. Every day offers opportunities to practice. Each thought you notice and direct, each assumption you challenge, and each distraction you redirect, strengthens your mental control. Over time, intentional thought becomes automatic, confidence grows, and clarity dominates decision-making. By committing to this practice, you ensure that your mind serves you, not the other way around. The life you desire begins in the mind. Control your thoughts consistently, reinforce constructive patterns, and direct your mental energy toward meaningful action. Every achievement, every step forward, and every lesson learned confirms that you are capable of mastering your mind. The person you become is a reflection of the thoughts you cultivate and the control you exercise daily.
Chapter 7. Create habits that make your life easier and happier. Create habits that make your life easier and happier. Life does not automatically improve without deliberate effort. Happiness and ease are not random, they are cultivated through consistent actions repeated daily. The small choices you make every day compound into either ease or struggle over time. Habits are the foundation of how life unfolds. By intentionally designing routines and behaviors that support your goals, values, and well-being, you create a life that feels effortless in progress and joyful in experience. This is not about shortcuts or luck. It is about deliberate practice, consistency, and foresight. Start by examining your current routines. Identify behaviors that create stress, frustration, or inefficiency. Notice where you waste energy on repetitive tasks, disorganization, or decision fatigue. Awareness is the first step in habit creation. Before you can build new habits, you must understand what is working, what is unnecessary, and what consumes mental or physical energy without benefit. Honest evaluation allows you to streamline and replace unproductive patterns with those that support happiness and ease. Choose one habit to implement at a time. Overloading yourself with too many changes causes overwhelm and failure. Focus on building one behavior consistently until it becomes automatic. For example, commit to waking up at the same time, drinking more water, or journaling each morning. Mastery of a single habit produces momentum. Once established, add another. Incremental improvement compounds into a life structured around productive, joyful routines. Anchor habits to existing routines. New behaviors are easier to maintain when linked to actions you already perform consistently. For instance, if you brush your teeth daily, attach a new habit like stretching, deep breathing, or reviewing goals immediately afterward. This connection reduces mental friction and increases adherence. Habits that integrate seamlessly into daily life require less effort and are more likely to last. The smoother the integration, the less conscious energy needed to sustain them. Automate as much as possible. Life feels easier when decisions and tasks that drain energy are handled consistently without thought. Meal planning, budgeting, exercise schedules, and email routines can be systematized. The less you need to decide repeatedly on small matters, the more mental energy is available for growth, creativity, and meaningful work. Automation creates flow and reduces stress caused by uncertainty or inconsistency. Focus on habits that produce tangible benefit. Time spent on actions that have little positive impact is wasted energy. Identify behaviors that improve health, mindset, relationships, and productivity. Examples include daily exercise, reading, goal setting, mindfulness, and acts of kindness. Each positive habit compounds over time, creating stronger physical, mental, and emotional resilience. When habits have clear, measurable outcomes, motivation increases, and life feels smoother and more fulfilling. Leverage triggers to reinforce habit. Environmental cues can prompt consistent behavior. Place your workout shoes by the bed, leave a journal on the desk, or set reminders for hydration and nutrition. The more your surroundings encourage positive action, the less conscious effort is required. Habits become automatic when prompted reliably. Design your environment to make desirable behaviors easier and undesirable behaviors harder. Eliminate obstacles that block habit formation. If a habit requires effort to access, you are less likely to sustain it. Remove friction by simplifying the process. Keep healthy food readily available, streamline your workspace, and reduce distractions that interfere with productive behavior. Minimizing resistance makes habits easier to adopt and maintain, allowing your energy to focus on growth rather than constant negotiation with yourself. Track progress consistently. Measurement reinforces consistency and provides tangible evidence of improvement. Whether tracking exercise, meditation, reading, or financial management, recording progress encourages continuation and highlights momentum. Reviewing accomplishments regularly reinforces the value of habits and motivates persistence. Tracking transforms abstract effort into visible proof of action and results. Use positive reinforcement. Reward yourself for maintaining new habits, especially in the early stages. Rewards can be simple, like acknowledging progress, taking a moment for self-reflection, or enjoying a small treat. Positive reinforcement strengthens neural pathways associated with the behavior, making repetition easier. Over time, the habit becomes internalized, and external rewards become less necessary. The early investment in reinforcement ensures long-term adherence. Replace bad habits with productive alternatives. Simply stopping a behavior without a replacement often leads to relapse. Identify the triggers for undesirable behaviors and design healthier responses. For example, replace mindless snacking with drinking water, or replace excessive screen time with reading or light exercise. Transformation occurs not through elimination alone, but by substituting actions that serve your goals and enhance well-being. Understand the compounding effect of habit. A single positive action may seem insignificant, but repeated consistently, it shapes your future. Daily reading, journaling, or movement builds skills, clarity, and energy over time. Conversely, negative habits compound into stress, missed opportunities, and regret. Recognize that your current life is the sum of habits accumulated over years. By choosing new, constructive habits, you directly influence your trajectory toward ease, happiness, and fulfillment. Prioritize keystone habits. Some behaviors have disproportionate impact on other areas of life. Regular exercise, daily reflection, consistent goal review, and prioritizing sleep improve energy, focus, decision-making, and emotional stability. Implementing keystone habits first accelerates progress because they create a foundation that supports additional positive changes. Identify which habits yield the most benefit and establish them before expanding to smaller routines. Practice consistency over perfection.
Habits are built through repetition, not flawless execution. Missing a day or facing setbacks does not undo progress. The key is to resume immediately and maintain momentum. Each return strengthens resilience and reinforces commitment. Lifelong habits are sustained through patience, persistence, and flexibility rather than rigid perfectionism. Engage social support. Share your goals and habits with someone who encourages and holds you accountable. External support reinforces commitment and provides motivation during difficult periods. Engaging with like-minded individuals creates a shared culture of improvement and reinforces positive behavior. Accountability ensures that habits are maintained even when intrinsic motivation fluctuates. Design habits that improve mental clarity. Incorporate routines that reduce stress, enhance focus, and support decision-making. Daily planning, meditation, or reflective journaling sharpens the mind and reduces mental fatigue. When thought processes are clear and organized, life feels easier and decisions are more effective. Mental clarity is both a habit and a result of structured, intentional routine. Integrate habits that enhance relationships. Positive social interactions contribute to happiness and ease. Small, consistent actions like expressing appreciation, active listening, or helping others strengthen connection. Relationships built on daily attention and kindness reduce conflict, increase support, and create an environment where life feels smoother and more joyful. Focus on health-oriented habits. Physical well-being is directly tied to happiness and energy. Eating balanced meals, moving regularly, hydrating adequately, and sleeping enough create a foundation for mental and emotional stability. Health habits reduce stress, increase focus, and improve mood, allowing other areas of life to function with less effort and more satisfaction. Establish morning and evening routines. How you begin and end the day influences energy, focus, and mindset. Mornings can include reflection, goal review, movement, or planning, setting a positive tone. Evenings can involve gratitude, review, or preparation for the next day, ensuring a smooth transition. Consistent routines make life predictable, organized, and easier to manage. Simplify decision-making. Habits reduce the number of choices you must make consciously, freeing mental energy for more important tasks. Preparing meals in advance, organizing your wardrobe, and scheduling repetitive tasks in the same way daily reduces cognitive load. Simplified routines prevent decision fatigue and maintain focus on meaningful action. Use cues to remind you of habits. Visual or environmental triggers strengthen adherence. Sticky notes, phone alerts, or habit-specific objects can prompt behavior until it becomes automatic. Consistent triggers reinforce memory and action, reducing reliance on willpower alone. Habits reinforced by cues are easier to maintain and become part of your natural routine. Regularly review and adjust habits. Life circumstances change, and habits must evolve accordingly. Periodically assess whether routines still serve your goals, happiness, and ease. Eliminate those that no longer benefit you and introduce new ones that align with current priorities. Adaptive habits maintain relevance and maximize positive impact over time. Focus on long-term benefits. Habits that improve life may not produce immediate gratification. Understand that consistency and patience are required. The daily repetition of positive behaviors compounds into greater freedom, reduced stress, and increased satisfaction. Visualize the future benefits to stay motivated and committed to long-term improvement. Integrate micro-habits for incremental change. Tiny, simple actions repeated daily build momentum without overwhelming the mind. Drinking water every morning, writing one sentence daily, or taking a 5-minute walk establishes a pattern of success. Micro-habits accumulate, creating noticeable improvements that enhance happiness and ease. Small wins reinforce belief in capability and consistency. Celebrate progress consistently. Recognizing efforts and incremental improvements reinforces motivation and solidifies new habits. Acknowledgement creates a positive feedback loop that encourages continuation. Celebrating progress, even in small steps, strengthens commitment and reinforces the mindset that intentional behavior produces results. Habits should align with values. Actions that reflect personal principles create satisfaction, purpose, and happiness. Routines disconnected from core beliefs fail to sustain motivation. Aligning habits with values ensures they contribute to ease, meaning, and long-term fulfillment. When behaviors resonate with what matters most, life flows naturally. Commit to lifelong habit development. The most effective habits are maintained over years, continually supporting growth and happiness. Consistency creates automaticity, reducing effort and increasing the sense of ease. Habits are not temporary solutions, they are tools for building a life that consistently supports well-being, productivity, and joy. Remember, life is a reflection of what you do daily. Every habit shapes your energy, focus, relationships, and opportunity. Choose routines that conserve effort, enhance joy, and support your values. By intentionally creating habits that serve you, you design a life where challenges are easier to navigate, stress is minimized, and happiness becomes the default experience. Each action compounds, and over time, life feels naturally smoother and more fulfilling.
Chapter 8. Face uncomfortable truths and stop avoiding what needs change. Face uncomfortable truths and stop avoiding what needs change. Life rarely improves while we remain blind to reality. Many people avoid looking honestly at their circumstances because the truth is uncomfortable. They prefer excuses, distractions, or denial to confront what is not working. Growth, success, and fulfillment demand honesty with yourself. Avoidance may feel safe temporarily, but it costs far more in the long run. Confronting the facts about your habits, decisions, and outcomes is the first step toward meaningful transformation. Change begins when you see clearly what needs attention, take responsibility, and act decisively. Start by identifying areas of your life where progress is stagnant. Examine relationships, finances, health, career, and personal habits. Ask yourself hard questions. Which behaviors are holding me back? Where have I been avoiding responsibility? What choices have led to undesirable results? This self-inquiry is not about blame. It is about understanding your reality so you can make informed changes. The clearer you are about your current situation, the easier it becomes to take corrective action. Acknowledge your role in your circumstances. Avoiding responsibility creates a cycle of helplessness. Accept that the decisions you make, or fail to make, directly influence your outcomes. By owning your choices, you regain control. Real change is impossible without this acceptance. Every successful person knows that accountability is not punishment, it is empowerment. Recognizing where you have fallen short is liberating, because it shows where action can create improvement. Confront fear honestly. Fear often underlies avoidance. Fear of failure, rejection, or discomfort keeps you from making necessary changes. Identify what specifically scares you and examine the reality of that fear. Most fears are smaller and more manageable than they initially appear. Facing fear does not mean recklessness. It means taking calculated action despite discomfort. Courage is cultivated when action continues even when fear is present. Each time you face a fear, you prove to yourself that you are capable and resilient. Seek feedback from trusted sources. Others can often see blind spots that you cannot. Request honest input from friends, mentors, or colleagues who have your best interest at heart. Listen openly without defensiveness. Constructive feedback highlights areas needing improvement and gives you concrete direction for change. The willingness to hear uncomfortable truths from others strengthens self-awareness and accelerates growth. Break down issues into actionable steps. Large problems or areas needing change often feel overwhelming. Identify specific actions you can take to address each issue. Rather than focusing on the entire mountain, take manageable steps that progressively move you toward improvement. This approach reduces anxiety, builds momentum, and demonstrates that change is possible. Each small step proves your ability to confront reality and take control. Practice radical honesty with yourself. Stop rationalizing behaviors that no longer serve you. Denial and justification prevent growth. Ask yourself direct questions. Am I avoiding what is difficult? Have I been truthful about my goals and effort? What have I ignored because it is uncomfortable? Brutal honesty creates clarity and opens the door for practical action. Avoiding self-deception ensures that your efforts are focused where they truly matter. Examine habits that reinforce avoidance. Many routines are designed to distract, soothe, or temporarily escape discomfort. Identify behaviors that allow procrastination or denial. Replace them with habits that encourage engagement and progress. For example, replace mindless scrolling with reflection, goal review, or skill-building activity. Each habit that reinforces action strengthens your ability to face uncomfortable truths consistently. Accept imperfection in the process. Facing reality and making changes is not a flawless endeavor. Mistakes will occur, setbacks will happen, and discomfort is inevitable. Embrace the process as a learning opportunity. Perfectionism often fuels avoidance, whereas acceptance of imperfection fosters consistent action. Each attempt provides lessons that improve future decisions and reinforce your capacity to navigate challenges. Set clear priorities based on reality. Once you have identified what needs attention, prioritize tasks and behaviors that will produce the greatest improvement. Focus on high-impact changes first, rather than dispersing energy on minor issues. This ensures that effort translates into measurable progress. When priorities align with truth, rather than comfort, actions become purposeful and results become inevitable. Visualize the benefits of change. Imagining the positive outcomes of confronting difficult truths motivates action. Picture yourself healthier, more productive, financially stable, or emotionally balanced after making necessary adjustments. Visualization turns abstract goals into tangible targets and reinforces the link between effort and reward. Seeing the end result clearly strengthens commitment to the uncomfortable but necessary work. Develop resilience to criticism and judgment. When you confront reality, you may face discomfort not only internally, but also externally. Others may question your choices or resist your changes. Strengthen your focus by remembering that personal growth is about your life, not approval from others. Confidence in your decisions, grounded in truth, reduces susceptibility to external negativity. Each act of facing truth, despite potential criticism, reinforces self-reliance. Challenge assumptions that justify inaction. Many people avoid change by believing that their circumstances are fixed, that effort is futile, or that external factors control outcomes. Examine these assumptions critically. Replace limiting beliefs with evidence-based thinking. Recognizing that you have more control than you often believe empowers action. Confronting assumptions allows clarity to replace excuses and opens the door to meaningful progress. Create a structured plan for change. A vague desire to improve is rarely effective. Define concrete actions, deadlines, and measurable results. Structure reduces overwhelm and clarifies next steps. Plans provide guidance, direction, and a framework to maintain accountability. Following a structured approach ensures that facing uncomfortable truths translates into consistent, tangible change rather than temporary insight.
Practice self-reflection regularly. Set aside time daily or weekly to assess progress and identify areas of avoidance. Reflection creates awareness of where actions align with truth and where procrastination persists. Consistent evaluation keeps focus on what matters, reinforces accountability, and prevents slipping back into denial. Each reflection session strengthens the habit of honesty and deliberate action. Cultivate mental toughness. Facing uncomfortable truths often triggers emotional resistance. Strengthen the mind to endure discomfort, accept reality, and take decisive steps despite unease. Mental toughness is not absence of fear. It is the ability to persist, analyze, and act under pressure. Each challenge faced, each truth acknowledged, builds resilience and reinforces the belief that you can handle life's realities effectively. Address one area of life at a time. Tackling too many uncomfortable truths simultaneously can overwhelm and paralyze action. Focus on a specific domain: health, finances, relationships, career, and work steadily to implement necessary changes. Success in one area builds confidence to confront others. Gradual progress maintains momentum while preventing discouragement. Each domain improved strengthens overall capability and self-assurance. Implement accountability mechanisms. Share your goals and the changes you are making with someone you trust. Accountability ensures that avoidance is less likely and action remains consistent. External support provides perspective, encouragement, and reinforcement. Knowing that someone else recognizes your commitment makes facing difficult truths more actionable and less isolating. Reflect on past avoidance and its cost. Consider the consequences of delaying necessary change, missed opportunities, regret, wasted effort, or stagnation. Awareness of the cost reinforces urgency and commitment. Understanding what avoidance has already taken from you strengthens resolve to act now. Lessons from past inaction provide motivation for future decisiveness. Celebrate progress incrementally. Each step taken toward confronting reality and making necessary changes deserves recognition. Small wins reinforce behavior, build confidence, and demonstrate that effort produces results. Celebrating progress maintains morale and motivates continued action. Recognition of incremental achievements encourages persistence and reduces the tendency to revert to avoidance. Adopt a problem-solving mindset. Viewing challenges as opportunities rather than threats reframes discomfort into action. Focus on solutions rather than blame or excuses. Each step toward solving issues, no matter how small, reinforces competence and confidence. A proactive mindset transforms the experience of facing uncomfortable truths from burden to empowerment. Focus on action rather than perfection. Waiting for ideal circumstances or complete clarity is a form of avoidance. Take imperfect action consistently. Adjustments and improvements can be made along the way. Momentum is more important than flawless execution. Each step forward, even if imperfect, proves capability and reinforces the habit of addressing reality directly. Recognize the compounding effect of small changes. Facing one uncomfortable truth often creates clarity and motivation to tackle others. Each resolved issue builds confidence, energy, and focus for future improvements. Small, consistent actions accumulate into transformative progress. Change is rarely instantaneous. It grows steadily through repeated acknowledgement of reality and deliberate effort. Maintain self-compassion during difficult adjustments. Facing uncomfortable truths can be emotionally taxing. Treat yourself with understanding and patience. Avoid self-blame and focus on solutions. Compassion reinforces persistence, reduces discouragement, and encourages ongoing effort. Kindness toward yourself strengthens resilience and ensures sustainable transformation. Commit to lifelong honesty and improvement. Growth is not a one-time event. It is a continuous process, regularly confronting truth, making adjustments, and aligning actions with reality ensures ongoing development. The habit of facing what is difficult becomes automatic, creating a life characterized by clarity, effectiveness, and meaningful progress. Consistent engagement with reality prevents stagnation and fosters confidence, competence, and fulfillment. Every day presents the opportunity to confront reality, each moment of honesty, each action to address what is uncomfortable, builds momentum, and reinforces your capacity for change. Avoidance delays results, prolongs stress, and diminishes potential. Action aligned with truth produces freedom, growth, and achievement. By facing what needs change directly, you take control of your life and move toward lasting improvement.
Chapter 9. Spend time on yourself to become your best version. Spend time on yourself to become your best version. Life demands effort, and growth requires investment. The most valuable resource you have is yourself, and how you use that resource determines the quality of your life. Many people spend their time and energy on others, responsibilities, distractions, or minor tasks, while neglecting the development of their own abilities, mindset, and well-being. Your best life is only possible when you commit time to understanding, improving, and investing in yourself. This is not selfishness, it is preparation, empowerment, and a prerequisite for giving your best to the world. Start by evaluating how you currently spend your time. Are the majority of your hours devoted to activities that enhance your skills, health, knowledge, or mindset? Or are you caught in routines that drain energy without producing meaningful results? Awareness of where your time goes is the first step toward taking control. Once you understand your habits and priorities, you can intentionally allocate time to yourself. Prioritize personal growth. Read books that expand knowledge, develop skills that increase competence, and seek experiences that challenge your comfort zone. Growth does not happen passively. It requires curiosity, effort, and consistent attention. Learning something new every day, reflecting on insights, and applying knowledge in practical ways transforms your abilities and perspective. Dedicate specific periods daily to these activities. Small, consistent investments accumulate into remarkable long-term results. Invest in physical well-being. Your body is the vessel that carries your potential. Regular exercise, adequate rest, proper nutrition, and hydration are foundational to sustained energy, focus, and resilience. Neglecting physical health reduces mental clarity, emotional balance, and productivity. Treat your body as an asset that needs care and attention. Even small, consistent improvements like daily walks, stretching, or mindful eating compound over time to support performance and well-being. Develop emotional intelligence. Spending time on yourself means understanding your emotions, triggers, and responses. Reflect on how you react to challenges, relationships, and stress. Practice managing impulses, cultivating patience, and responding thoughtfully rather than reacting automatically. Emotional self-awareness strengthens relationships, reduces unnecessary conflict, and enhances personal satisfaction. The ability to navigate your internal world is essential to becoming your best version. Create a daily reflection routine. Taking time to evaluate your day, your actions, and your thoughts builds awareness and intentionality. Ask yourself what went well, what could improve, and what lessons you learned. Reflection connects experience with growth, allowing mistakes to become valuable learning opportunities. A brief period of introspection each day aligns your actions with your goals, strengthens self-understanding, and reinforces continuous improvement. Focus on mental clarity and focus. Allocate time for activities that enhance concentration and reduce mental clutter. Meditation, journaling, and strategic planning improve decision-making, problem-solving, and creativity. Mental discipline supports consistent action toward goals and reduces susceptibility to distraction. Prioritizing mental clarity empowers you to think strategically and act decisively, which are critical elements of your best self. Invest in skill building. Identify areas where proficiency enhances your thought or professional life. Dedicate focused time to learning and practicing these skills. Competence breeds confidence, and confidence encourages further growth. Whether learning a new language, developing leadership abilities, or refining a craft, skill acquisition improves capability and expands opportunities. Consistent, deliberate practice turns potential into mastery. Prioritize rest and recovery. Growth and improvement are not solely products of constant effort. Your mind and body require downtime to process, repair, and rejuvenate. Sleep, breaks, and periods of relaxation increase focus, creativity, and resilience. Spending time on yourself includes honoring your need for rest, which sustains long-term productivity and supports mental, emotional, and physical health. Create routines that support your goals. Structure daily habits to maximize personal growth, efficiency, and satisfaction. Morning and evening routines can include planning, reading, exercise, reflection, and preparation for the day ahead. Consistent routines reduce decision fatigue and provide a framework for sustainable progress. The more intentional your day, the more effectively you use your time for self-development. Engage in experiences that expand perspective. Travel, exposure to new ideas, conversations with diverse individuals, and participation in unfamiliar environments foster growth. Stepping outside familiar patterns challenges assumptions, enhances creativity, and strengthens adaptability. Spending time on yourself includes seeking experiences that broaden understanding and encourage personal evolution. Invest in financial literacy. Understanding money, budgeting, and investments empowers independence and reduces stress. Managing financial resources wisely allows more freedom to pursue personal growth opportunities. Knowledge and control over finances support long-term security and open doors to experiences that contribute to your best version. Allocate time to learn, plan, and take deliberate action toward financial competence. Develop self-discipline. The ability to consistently act in alignment with goals, values, and priorities defines personal progress. Discipline is cultivated through repeated, intentional action. By spending time to strengthen self-discipline, you enhance focus, reduce procrastination, and build momentum. Daily practice reinforces habits that support growth, resilience, and achievement. Self-discipline enables you to turn intentions into results consistently. Reflect on values and purpose. Spending time on yourself involves understanding what truly matters. Identify core values, long-term goals, and the principles that guide decisions. Clarity in values provides a foundation for making choices, prioritizing activities, and committing to growth. Purpose-driven actions produce meaningful results and ensure your efforts align with the person you aspire to become. Practice self-compassion. Growth can be uncomfortable, and setbacks are inevitable. Treat yourself with understanding, patience, and encouragement. Recognize that mistakes are learning opportunities rather than failures. Self-compassion reduces negative self-talk, reinforces motivation, and maintains momentum during challenges. Caring for yourself emotionally is essential for sustained improvement and resilience. Seek mentorship and guidance. Learning from those who have achieved what you aspire to accomplish accelerates growth. Mentors provide insight, perspective, and feedback that may not be evident on your own. Investing time in relationships that encourage learning and accountability enhances skill acquisition, decision-making, and confidence. Surround yourself with individuals who inspire, challenge and support personal development. Allocate time for creativity and problem solving. Engage in activities that stimulate the mind, encourage experimentation, and cultivate innovation. Creative practice enhances flexibility, strategic thinking, and confidence in decision-making. The best versions of ourselves are often the most adaptable and resourceful. Spending time nurturing creativity ensures that your growth is not limited by routine or conventional thinking. Prioritize relationships wisely. Personal growth is amplified when balanced with meaningful connections. Nurture relationships that inspire, challenge and support you. Limit interactions with individuals who drain energy or impede progress. Quality relationships contribute to happiness, motivation, and a supportive environment for growth. Spending time on yourself includes managing social energy to maximize benefit and minimize distraction. Engage in physical challenges. Activities that test endurance, strength, or skill enhance confidence, resilience, and mental toughness. Physical challenges teach persistence, focus, and problem solving, which translate to personal and professional growth. Regularly investing time in physical development strengthens the foundation for overall improvement and supports long-term well-being. Reflect on long-term vision. Allocate time to assess progress toward your ideal life. Evaluate whether current actions align with long-term goals. Adjust strategies, habits, and priorities to remain on course. A clear vision provides direction and motivation, reinforcing the value of time spent on personal growth. Reflection ensures that effort produces meaningful results and reinforces intentional living. Implement regular learning routines. Reading, studying, attending seminars or engaging in courses builds knowledge and competence. Lifelong learning keeps the mind sharp, increases adaptability, and enhances problem solving. The investment of time in education and skill development accelerates progress toward becoming your best self. Growth is ongoing, and consistent learning ensures continual improvement. Focus on mental and emotional balance. Allocate time to understand and regulate emotion. Practice strategies that reduce stress, increase focus, and maintain calm during challenges. Mindfulness, meditation, and reflection help manage emotional energy effectively. A balanced mind supports better decisions, relationships, and productivity, enabling more effective self-improvement. Create systems that reinforce growth. Organize tasks, track habits, and structure routines that facilitate consistency. Systems reduce friction, maintain focus, and ensure progress. Effective systems transform effort into measurable outcomes, reinforcing the value of time spent on self-development. Habitual systems sustain improvement and minimize wasted energy. Celebrate progress regularly. Recognizing achievements, no matter how small, reinforces effort and sustains motivation. Reflection on success strengthens self-belief and encourages continued commitment. Regular acknowledgement of progress ensures that growth is visible, tangible, and motivating, increasing the likelihood of long-term development. Commit to consistent effort. Becoming your best version is not a one-time project, it is a daily commitment. Small, deliberate actions, repeated over time, accumulate into transformative results. Spending time intentionally on self-development reinforces habits, builds skill, strengthens resilience, and enhances clarity. Consistency compounds into lasting improvement. Allocate personal time without guilt. Prioritizing yourself is not selfish, it is essential. Time invested in self-improvement increases capacity, energy, and effectiveness in all areas of life. By honoring your growth, you amplify your ability to contribute meaningfully to work, family, and community. Protecting time for self-development is an investment with exponential returns. Reflect on the life you are creating. Every choice,
habit, and action contributes to the person you are becoming. By consistently spending time on yourself, you align actions with aspirations, reinforce discipline, and cultivate the qualities that define your best self. Intentional investment in yourself is the foundation for a fulfilling, empowered, and productive life. Each day presents opportunities to invest in growth. Even small increments of focused time build momentum, reinforce self-discipline, and create habits that shape a stronger, more capable, and happier version of yourself. The choices you make today compound into the life you live tomorrow. By committing time to yourself consistently, you ensure your potential is realized, your abilities are strengthened, and your life becomes a reflection of your highest aspiration.
Chapter 10. Check progress honestly and adjust actions to stay moving. Check progress honestly and adjust actions to stay moving. Growth and success are not accidental. They result from continuous evaluation and deliberate action. Too many people continue along a path without pausing to assess whether their efforts are producing the results they desire. They confuse activity with progress. Being busy does not automatically mean you are improving. True advancement requires reflection, honest assessment, and strategic adjustment. Without these steps, effort can become wasted energy. Checking progress ensures that each action aligns with your goals and produces meaningful results. Start by reviewing objectives regularly. Define what success looks like in measurable terms. Without clear markers, progress is difficult to identify. Break goals into tangible steps and assess where you stand at consistent intervals. Compare outcomes with expectations. This evaluation is not about judgment or guilt. It is about understanding where you are and what needs attention. Clarity in progress keeps motivation high and prevents wasted effort. Observe results without bias. Avoid the trap of excusing poor outcomes or inflating small achievements. Honest assessment requires seeing facts as they are, not as you wish them to be. This clarity allows precise adjustments. A clear-eyed view of reality prevents stagnation and ensures that effort is directed toward effective actions. Each review becomes a roadmap for improvement. Identify actions that produce results. Focus energy on behaviors that contribute meaningfully to objectives. Many activities feel productive but deliver little impact. Recognize high-value actions and increase their frequency while reducing or eliminating tasks that consume energy without return. Prioritizing impactful behaviors accelerates progress and ensures that effort generates real outcomes. Recognize patterns and trends. By reviewing progress consistently, you notice recurring successes and failures. Patterns indicate what strategies work and which approaches need modification. Trends provide insight into long-term performance and highlight areas requiring attention. Understanding these dynamics allows for more informed decisions and strengthens confidence in future actions. Be willing to adjust strategy. Stubbornly sticking to a plan that does not produce results wastes time and energy. Flexibility is a critical skill for growth. Adjust tactics, refine methods, and explore new approaches when necessary. Adaptation is not weakness, it is evidence of intelligence and commitment to progress. Each adjustment enhances efficiency and effectiveness. Maintain accountability. Track progress using tools like journals, spreadsheets, or apps. Accountability reinforces honesty and ensures that evaluation is consistent. Recording efforts, outcomes, and reflections provides evidence of growth or stagnation. Accountability systems motivate continued action and prevent drifting away from goals. Reflect on time management. Time is the resource that most directly influences progress. Examine how hours are spent daily. Identify distractions, low-value tasks, or energy-draining activities that reduce effectiveness. Reallocate time to actions that produce tangible outcomes. Proper management of time ensures that effort aligns with priorities and accelerates achievement. Evaluate emotional and mental state, mindset and emotional health impact performance. Assess whether stress, doubt or distraction interferes with progress. Addressing mental barriers is as important as modifying actions. A clear, focused mind improves decision-making, strengthens persistence and ensures consistency in effort. Emotional evaluation complements practical assessment for comprehensive growth. Seek external feedback. Others often see blind spots you cannot. Mentors, colleagues or trusted friends provide perspective on your actions and outcomes. Constructive feedback highlights areas needing adjustment and reinforces actions that produce results. Listening openly to feedback improves accuracy in assessment and enhances decision-making. Set specific intervals for evaluation. Daily, weekly and monthly check-ins allow consistent monitoring of progress. Frequent reviews ensure that small issues do not escalate into larger problems. Short-term reflection identifies immediate adjustments, while longer-term reviews evaluate overall trajectory. Structured intervals create habit and discipline in assessing growth. Measure qualitative as well as quantitative progress. Not all advancement is numeric. Assess improvements in skills, relationships, confidence or efficiency. Recognize personal growth that may not yet reflect tangible outcomes. Evaluating qualitative aspects provides a holistic view of development and strengthens motivation. Balance tangible results with intangible growth for a complete picture. Celebrate achievements objectively. Acknowledge genuine progress to reinforce motivation and commitment. Recognition of real accomplishments prevents discouragement and builds confidence. Avoid exaggeration or underestimation. Celebrate what is genuinely achieved. Honest acknowledgement of success fuels further action and establishes a pattern of positive reinforcement. Identify obstacles preventing progress. Pinpoint behaviors, circumstances or mindsets that hinder results. Once obstacles are identified, develop actionable strategies to overcome them. Each problem addressed removes barriers to growth and strengthens resilience. Understanding limitations is essential to finding solutions and maintaining momentum. Prioritize adjustments that have the greatest impact. Not all modifications produce equal results. Focus on changes that improve efficiency, reduce wasted effort, and enhance outcomes. Small strategic adjustments often produce disproportionate benefits. Concentrating on high-leverage actions ensures that effort produces maximum return. Develop a mindset of continuous improvement. Progress is not a one-time achievement, but a lifelong pursuit. Adopt the habit of regular evaluation and adjustment as part of daily life. Each review, reflection, and modifications strengthens capability and ensures that growth is ongoing. A mindset oriented toward improvement prevents complacency and encourages consistent forward movement. Use data and evidence to guide adjustments. Decisions based on perception alone may be misleading. Collect concrete evidence of outcomes, timelines, and effort. Data-driven evaluation informs more accurate adjustments and reduces errors. Evidence-based action ensures that changes are deliberate, effective, and measurable. Reflect on lessons learned from setbacks. Every deviation from expected results provides insight. Analyze what went wrong, why it happened, and how it can be prevented in the future. Lessons from failure are more valuable than unearned success. Understanding setbacks ensures that similar mistakes are avoided, strengthening resilience and efficiency. Monitor alignment with goals. Progress is only meaningful if it serves larger objectives. Ensure that actions remain consistent with short-term and long-term goals.
Misalignment wastes energy and creates frustration. Regular review of alignment ensures that effort moves you toward desired outcomes rather than merely producing activity. Implement small incremental adjustments. Radical changes often cause disruption or resistance. Gradual modifications are easier to sustain and integrate into existing routines. Small adjustments accumulate over time to produce substantial improvement. Incremental change maintains momentum and strengthens habits without overwhelming the system. Reassess priorities periodically. Life circumstances, opportunities, and challenges evolve. Regularly evaluate whether current priorities remain relevant. Adjust focus to ensure that attention and effort align with what matters most. Prioritization ensures that energy is directed toward impactful actions rather than trivial tasks. Use reflective questioning. Ask targeted questions to identify progress gaps. What is working? What is not working? Why did this outcome occur? What can I do differently? Structured questioning provides clarity, stimulates critical thinking, and guides effective adjustment. Habitual questioning strengthens self-awareness and decision-making ability. Maintain flexibility in approach. Circumstances may require new methods or perspectives. Rigid adherence to a single strategy limits adaptability. Flexibility allows for quick course correction and sustained progress. Open-mindedness supports problem solving and ensures that obstacles do not derail momentum. Each adjustment reinforces the ability to navigate change effectively. Record insights from evaluations. Journaling observations, lessons, and adjustments creates a repository of knowledge. Future decision-making becomes more efficient, and patterns of effective action are recognized. Documented insights provide a reference that informs strategy and prevents repetition of past errors. Recording progress strengthens memory and reinforces learning. Reinforce successful behaviors. Identify actions that consistently produce desired results and make them habitual. Consistency amplifies impact, reduces decision fatigue, and ensures that effective practices continue to generate outcomes. Reinforcement of success strengthens confidence and accelerates forward momentum. Address gaps immediately. Delaying adjustments allows issues to compound. Take timely action to correct course, improve performance, or refine strategies. Prompt correction minimizes wasted effort and preserves motivation. Immediate action demonstrates commitment, goals, and sustains momentum. Evaluate resource allocation. Assess whether time, energy, and materials are being used effectively. Optimize allocation to maximize productivity and results. Misallocation reduces efficiency and impedes progress. Regular review ensures that resources are directed where they produce the greatest benefit. Balance short-term actions with long-term goals. Avoid being consumed by immediate tasks at the expense of strategic objectives. Ensure that daily actions contribute to overarching aspirations. Balanced evaluation prevents short-sightedness and ensures sustainable growth. Commit to honesty in every assessment. Self-deception undermines progress. Accept reality, recognize shortcomings, and identify opportunities without bias. Honest evaluation builds trust in your own judgment, strengthens decision-making, and ensures that adjustments are effective. Integrity in assessment is essential for meaningful growth. Develop a cycle of action and review. Implement a consistent rhythm of performing actions, evaluating results, adjusting strategies, and taking next steps. This continuous loop fosters momentum, prevents stagnation, and reinforces learning. The cycle ensures that effort remains productive and aligned with desired outcomes. Recognize the compounding effect of consistent evaluation. Small adjustments made regularly multiply over time into substantial improvement. Monitoring, reflection, and correction accumulate, shaping skills, habits, and outcomes. Each honest review strengthens capability, ensures alignment, and accelerates achievement. Integrate reflection with goal setting. Use insights from evaluations to refine objectives, clarify priorities, and define next steps. Goals evolve as you learn, ensuring relevance, challenge, and attainability. Integration guarantees that progress is intentional and that efforts consistently move you toward becoming the person you aspire to be. Maintain resilience through setbacks. Progress is rarely linear. Honest evaluation will reveal imperfections, delays, or errors. Use these observations to strengthen resolve, adjust strategy, and maintain forward motion. Resilience ensures that challenges become opportunities for growth rather than causes for stagnation. Recognize improvement to motivate continuation. Tracking tangible and intangible progress reinforces confidence, sustains effort, and encourages persistence. Acknowledging gains reminds you that your actions are effective and worth sustaining. Positive reinforcement fuels motivation and commitment to continued progress. Finish every evaluation with actionable steps. Reflection without action is wasted effort. Identify specific, measurable, and achievable adjustments that can be implemented immediately. Actionable outcomes ensure that evaluation leads to tangible improvement rather than remaining abstract or theoretical. Each step taken maintains momentum and guarantees progress continues. Commit to lifelong practice. Checking progress and adjusting actions is not a one-time task. It is a continuous habit. The best results come from sustained attention, honesty, and adaptation over time. Consistent engagement with evaluation ensures that personal growth, effectiveness, and success are maintained indefinitely. Every day is an opportunity to assess, adjust, and advance. By regularly examining progress, honestly, and modifying actions accordingly, you maintain alignment with goals, optimize effort, and accelerate growth. Momentum is created through conscious review and decisive action. The habit of assessment transforms effort into measurable progress and ensures that your journey toward your best self continues without stagnation.